The sniper found a landmine beneath his feet but pretended not to know and stepped over it. The officer following behind stepped on it and immediately sensed something was wrong. He slowly looked down. It was a pressure release mine. The slightest movement would blow him to pieces. The officer looked at the sniper, constantly begging for help. However, the sniper stared back coldly. Not only did he not help, but he also took out his pistol and warned the officer not to make any sudden moves. Then he turned and left. The reason the sniper did this was that he wanted to complete the mission of killing the American navigator alone. By doing this, he could earn a military merit and take the officer's position. The sniper hadn't gone far when he heard a loud explosion from the forest. Clearly the officer had been killed. The sniper breathed a sigh of relief and continued toward the mission site. At that moment, the navigator was being chased by a large group of armed men. With no time to think, he began to run frantically for his life. Since he was unfamiliar with the terrain, he couldn't shake off his pursuers. Just as they were about to catch him, he tripped and fell into a mud pit. When the armed men arrived, they found a pit filled with densely packed, rotting corpses. The stench made them give up the search, and the navigator narrowly escaped. After climbing out of the mud pit, he hid halfway up a cliff for the night. The next day, as the navigator was retreating toward the designated location, he passed by an abandoned factory. After carefully checking and finding no enemies, he prepared to cross through quickly, but just a few steps in, he noticed landmines all around his feet. At that moment, the armed men caught up from behind. He had no choice but to run forward to avoid the mines. The pursuers immediately opened fire, accidentally triggering a mine. The blast set off a chain reaction, detonating all the mines. In a moment of extreme desperation, the navigator's survival instincts kicked in, and he successfully ran out of the explosion zone. By the time the sniper arrived, the navigator was already gone. Contacting headquarters via radio, the sniper had no choice but to continue the pursuit. Before long, he reached the mission site. Through his scope, he quickly spotted the navigator, but then he heard the roar of a helicopter. The navigator's reinforcements had arrived. Time was running out. He had to complete the mission quickly, so the sniper immediately moved toward the navigator's position, but as he got closer, he realized it was a trap. The glove had only been moved by the wind. Before the sniper could react, an alarm suddenly went off. Then the navigator burst out from the snowdrift and fired several shots at the sniper, killing him. Do you think that if the sniper hadn't killed the officer, they could have worked together to complete the mission?